want to earn in a bear market, there are ways to do that without speculative meme tokens or speculative NFTs. Even legit projects can do well, but you may be asking, how can you find out which ones? In this video, I'll explain some of the things you can check to maximize your chance to find that next crypto gem and how in a sea of thousands of cryptocurrencies. Let's begin. Hello and welcome to Cryptos Chain. My name is Claudio. Market makers are very important in crypto just as they are in traditional markets. Without them, there would be no heavy action of buying and selling and providing that high liquidity. But are centralized exchanges the only important market makers? No. There are others and they play a big role. Now if we Google search top crypto market makers, we can find a full list, most of which are the major exchanges. But then we can find an odd one out, which is called Wintermute. Now if we look at Wintermute, we can see they also have their own OTC trading desk on both spot and derivative markets. And they also provide an algorithmic trading engine, which is unique, so this is key. Now we'll get back to Wintermute in a moment, but next I want to talk about Jump Crypto, also known as Jump Trading, which is a market maker that we can find by searching for more top crypto market makers, and it's one that has caught my attention, seeing them mentioned on various cryptocurrency projects websites. We can also see they work with major crypto exchanges and they offer different liquidity solutions to other market makers, but they're no longer in the US market due to the restrictions over there as of recently. There are many others such as DRW, Cumberland, and Blue Sky Capital. While some of these market makers will have contracts with crypto teams in order to provide trading activity to generate volume and liquidity over a certain period of time, some will also invest just like VCs, and because we may not always know if they had invested or not, we should always assume they did. Now an example here is by looking at a specific coin's vesting period for the seed and private rounds. We can see here that 20% of the allocation got unlocked 6 months after TGE in the case of seed, and then the rest linearly over 9 months. Now if we look at when the coin actually launched, it was back in early 2021, and it had the two bull market peaks where it actually reached its all-time high for the first pump, followed by the next one sometime in 2022. Now the second pump was likely caused by one of the market makers. In this case, we're talking about Wintermute. Because they have already received all of their coins by now, there's a possibility that they may abandon this specific coin and focus on their next investment or contract with other teams, which is why it's important to follow tokenomics and vesting periods for those early investors, because market makers will pump the price in order to generate attention towards that specific coin, get retail to buy, and then for the VCs and even the market makers themselves to offload before making profit off that margin. Now looking at this chart, it's not even flat after those investors got everything released, which is surprising. That means there's still demand for this specific coin. Now I won't talk about the name in this video because I really want to focus on the market maker movement here so that you can understand how they take action. Now some market makers will also list their investments, such as Jump Crypto did here on their website, for transparency, and funnily enough here we can see Akala was one of those investments, as well as Aptos, but also Sui, and look at the top, Injective Protocol from the Cosmos ecosystem. Now looking at the Injective's chart, we can see it had those massive pumps during the 2021 bull market, but it did have a moment of flat action during the third and fourth quarters of 2022, followed by a massive comeback in early 2023. Guess who would be responsible for this? Yep, Jump Crypto. There's no way the retail could have done this given the market sentiment. Now Jump have taken Injective's price from under $2 to over $9 in a matter of like 2 months. But interestingly enough, 80% of the supply is in circulation, so even though Jump Crypto got all of their coins and probably offloaded, they still pumped liquidity into Injective, and here I assume it was because of some sort of contract between Injective and Jump Crypto to bring attention due to the technical updates that Injective had. Moving on to Aptos, we can clearly see the market makers have stepped in here when everything seemed doom and gloom, and it dropped to around $3 and later it got to over $19. Now looking at Wintermute's investments, we can see that Lido, Polymer, and even Subquery, who are building on Polkadot, are in that list. I decided to pick Lido because that's a known one. Here we can see that Wintermute are likely pushing liquidity because there were multiple ups and downs in the last year if we exclude the 2021 bull market. We may see 2-3 months of downward action followed by a very short period of upward action because of that liquidity. So that was it regarding market makers and why it's important to follow their investments, as well as the market movement, which coins they favor and which ones they don't, as well as tokenomics for those coins they invested in, especially the vesting period. We won't know if they signed contracts with various teams, but we will know if they invested in something. Thanks as always for watching, and please don't forget to hit the like. Also drop a comment below with anything you may want to say whatsoever. Follow me on Twitter or join the Telegram community. See you in the next video.